years, Gaurav. Milestone moment.
Yes,
Congratulations
thank
for
you.
that. Tremendous work. I mean, of course, those pieces are, what statement pieces, amazing. They are jewel pieces, honestly. You can just pick them up, wear them, and that's it. You pretty much don't need anything else.
Yeah,
What has
classics.
Absolutely, and timeless. What has been this journey like for you? 15 long years.
I think finally, we've come a full circle with the space. Yeah, it's been a lot of learning for me individually, I would say. Because when I started, I had no idea how the business works, how the industry operates. I was just one young kid with a good training and just wanted to do something with my skill set when I started. And I think over a period in the process, I have really sort of learned a lot. I think a lot of enriching experiences, been a lot of tough times as well. I mean, it's not been a super smooth ride for sure. And I've also, I think, chosen, I've not played to the gallery. I think,
You've done what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I've just kind of kept it open. It's been very sort of organic. We've not been a strategy-led business as such. And I think we've received a lot of love and support from everybody, for the brand, for what I do. Yeah, so it's the first show, I think I was only doing woven textiles, and now 15 years down the line, I'm still only doing woven textiles. I had to tell them what do I mean by engineering, because I don't think this was a term which was widely used. When we started using terms like molten gold and all these things, I think these were very, very new. I think the nomenclature was very different. It still is, because most of the people generally identify textiles by, oh, this is Chanderi, this is Banarsi, this is that. Well, I think, I mean, from a industry point of view, it's fine. I mean, it makes things easier, but
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything called Banarsi, because it's a geographical place where we're weaving. So for example, if you're weaving silk in Banaras, that's also Banarasi.
Yes.
If you're weaving cotton in Banaras,
That's
that is
also
also Banarasi. If you're weaving wool in Banaras, that is also Banarasi. So how can you demarcate a complete, very refined skill set? So I think the nomenclature in my case was, we will always write, which we still do, we continue to do. We give the full description, we'll say hand woven cotton silk. It sounds a little boring, but it kind of tells you exactly what you are,
description, what
you're buying and what it is about. My first serious interaction with Indian textiles started with Fulia. Bengal, which was 2006. Fulia has been like my playground for the longest time, and it's been amazing. I used to wonder, why would you use steel, or what will it do? I would get very excited.
And how would you use it?
How would you use it, all that? So I think it started then. It kind of, and I won all the awards when I graduated at NIFT. It became quite a buzzing project, and I sold a lot. We sold out. As a young student, to sell out your graduation project was quite phenomenal. I remember a lot of architects got in touch with me in those days, and then I was not very sure of what I was doing. I think technically, because the materiality was there, but it was not very strong, because there were no reference points. We didn't really know what yarns to use. Is it wearable, not wearable? That led me to a second degree in London at Chelsea. And there, I think that's when the fun started, because there had a lot of material to work with. That gave me that made me very comfortable with, comfortable with the material. And I did start working with a lot of steel yarns, blended, twisted, all those things. I would make calls, I would speak to the studios, go to the mills, and we used to have a yarn store in the uni at college, and you can just go and borrow. You can get the yarns. You had a quota of yarn which you can use. See, engineering started because of two reasons. One was wastage, because I had a thing, I think, when I was studying, that I didn't like things to be very uniform in fabric. So what happens is, when you have a circle, then what we call it repeat actually in textiles in our language. So most of the textiles have repeats. 99% of textiles you'll find, at least in those days when I was studying and what we have seen when we grown up, It's a repeat texture because it's very easy. So it's like a pattern,
Okay.
right? And I would get very bored with it because I was wearing myself. Like, why should I be the same thing for 2 hours? For example, you're driving and somebody tells you just have to be on the same spot
Not move.
and keep driving for 2 hours. That is how it was to me. Because see, I was a maker, I was weaving. It's very different. And when you're a student, you don't really have a purpose why you're weaving. I was not weaving for people to wear the clothes. I was a design student. I just wanted to make things. I was weaving. So when you're weaving, I thought, why can we not change the whole process? Like, why can I not get a triangle after a circle and after a circle after this?
Correct.
Like that. Technically, that's an elaborate process, and that eventually gets transformed into engineering, where I started designing around the body. The textile will be woven, so you don't have wastage, and it's exactly designed where things should come, and your patterns should change. So in a way, what I was doing was, I was basically doing ornamentation within the fabric in the weave. So it's almost like embroidery, or it's like surface ornamentation.
Who are the Akaaro women
So I think
or the Akaaro brides?
it's for somebody with a strong mind, very clear mind, very, very independent, and I think somebody who's sort of more urban. But to my mind, it's about the street.
In fashion, largely Gaurav was going in what direction? He's every manufacturers of fashion week,
Yes.
or what direction do you see?
I think it's a very good time to be in fashion. I think we are sort of just starting to
Find our voice?
No, I think we've always had a voice, but we are now just starting to build. I think the future belongs to India in that sense, because we have everything going. We have a great infrastructure, we have a really good skill set, we have a very good patronage. I think our understanding is very good, and we have something fresh to offer which nobody does globally.
It's variety.
It's variety. We have our own perspective, which is not borrowed to an extent.
What direction do you see the brand taking?
I think we've got our fingers crossed. We're hoping for this space to really do the turnaround, and definitely I think focusing more on to get this off from the ground, bringing in a lot of, because we have a platform, so we like to bring a lot of interesting mix in terms of what we do, and maybe increase the retail footprint, which I think that's where we
Other cities around you.
headed. Delhi definitely never because that's home. So
Yeah. So you'll be in Bombay a bit more now?
I've been spending more time in Bombay. Yes, I'm doing a lot of on from Bombay. Yeah.
All the best, Gaurav, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it was lovely.
Thank you so much for watching. This is Gaurav Jai Gupta. Akaaro is opening a new first store in Bombay on the 4th. Stay tuned for more such in-depth interviews.